So YouTube is flirting with removing the likes and the dislikes from their platform. This is a big story, and it's not set in stone if YouTube is going to actually implement this this idea that they have. Right now it is just an idea, and they are piloting it out. But if they are floating it out there, and they are going to pilot this this removal of the like and the dislike, it could very well become the standard go-ahead look of YouTube. And it would be a disaster if YouTube didn't have a dislike button or didn't even have a like button. We'll see how that goes. Right now, YouTube is probably the only major big tech platform that actually has a dislike button. And that's big in a lot of ways, but the most important way is that it actually allows people to express themselves without having to write comments. That's huge. So people can openly express their dissatisfaction with the video without having to actually formulate a complete comment down below. But it also gives people that are coming into a video kind of a snapshot view as to how this video is perceived. So before they may run the video, or even after they view the video, doesn't matter. Once they get into that video page, they get an indication as to how the public feels about the content they're about to view. And that's a cool feature. I mean, in life, you don't like everything. You also dislike things as well. So it's nice to have those two buttons so that, you could say like, dislike. And one, you could express yourself as a viewer, and also as a viewer, you can come in and kind of get a big picture view as to how people see this video. As a content creator, it also helps because you also get some immediate, really quick feedback on how people that are viewing your video feels about the content you're putting out there. So it's really good as a content creator as well. Now, YouTube is saying that they're doing this. The excuse for them doing this, and let me quote to you the excuse that they're doing this, why they're saying they're doing this is, and I'm taking this from Zero Hedge, it says, the tech giant says that it's being done in response to, and I quote, targeted dislike campaigns and creator feedback around well-being. So basically, they're pretty much, YouTube is saying they're using the snowflake excuse here. They're saying that people were crying to them about how their videos were being disliked, and YouTube is saying we don't want anyone's feelings hurt. So we're going to pilot out a program. We're going to float it out there to a select number of channels and content creators to remove the dislike button. So right now, from what I understand, it's just to remove the dislike button. They'll probably keep a like feature, but they'll remove the dislike. Now, this is BS because as a content creator, you can remove the like, dislike buttons from your video. You can do that when you publish a video. You can also set it so that every video you put up on your channel doesn't have any types of likes and dislikes. You can also do the same thing for comments. You can turn off the comments per specific video, or you can turn off the comments throughout your channel by default. So as a content creator, you already have that control for the like, dislike, and for the comments. So this excuse that certain content creators are getting their feelings hurt by getting dislikes is BS. That's not true at all. So why is YouTube doing this? I think there's three reasons that they're doing this. I think the first reason is that they want to silence conservative voices. The channels that do the best on YouTube are the conservative, libertarian types of channels. They're the ones that actually get suppressed the most, but they do the best, and that tells you a lot. The neoliberal channels, the liberal, neoliberal, woke SJW channels get elevated by YouTube, and they still can't compete with the conservative, libertarian types of channels. So I think by removing the dislike button, you take away conservative voices, and I'll explain to you how that's done in my next 2 points. So this is the first reason for YouTube getting rid of the dislike button is they want to take away another way that conservatives or libertarians or just normal people that aren't woke can express themselves when they see garbage on YouTube. So they're going to remove that. Now, the other reason I think they're doing this, and they're both kind of connected, reason 2 and 3, is number 2, the mainstream media, CNN, Fox News, Vox, or these types of channels, these types of mainstream media, alternative mainstream media, they're probably going to YouTube and saying, look, when we put up videos, we get a whole bunch of dislikes, and can you guys help us out? And so I think YouTube is just doing them a favor. They're doing them a solid, and they're saying, okay, CNN, okay, New York Times, okay, Vox, Daily Beast, Young Turks, we'll get rid of the dislike button, and that'll help you guys out. In other words, when people come to see your videos that we're promoting, that YouTube is promoting heavily, and believe me, they promote them heavily. When people come in to actually see the video and view the video, they're not going to be greeted with a lot of dislikes or more dislikes than likes. They're just going to see the likes, and they'll say, okay, this must be good content. Let me watch this. And once again, this ties into my first point. The fact that libertarians, conservatives, or just normal non-SJW woke people won't be able to dislike a lot of the garbage that's out there is you're removing their voice and you're removing their influence, so that when other people come in to actually view the video, they're not going to be greeted with a lot of dislikes, and they're not going to be influenced by those dislikes. They're not going to say, oh my God, this Vox video has a ton of dislikes. This must be garbage. Let me play it and see what's going on. They're not going to have any of that. They're just going to see all the likes there, and they'll say, okay, it has a lot of likes. Might as well check out this video. So that's how they're kind of removing the influence of conservative, libertarian, non-woke, normal YouTube viewers. So the third reason why I think they're doing this, and this is probably the most clown world reason of all, has to do with this picture right here. They're coming to the aid of Joe Biden. I did a video about a month back, maybe more, before this channel was completely demonetized, and this video may have been one of the reasons it was demonetized, where I highlighted how the Biden White House, their channel on YouTube, every single video has had comments turned off. Every single video has more dislikes than likes. And I mean by a wide margin, a really wide margin. I mean, people just hated the White House's videos. And they expressed themselves, and they hit that dislike button, and it was just crazy. I don't think they have one video. I don't think they have one video that has more likes than dislikes. Not one. And so I think the Biden White House called up the people at YouTube, and they said, you know what? How about if we get rid of this dislike feature? They've already turned off all the comments, but I don't understand why they just don't turn off the likes and dislikes. Probably because if they did that, then people would make more fun of them. They would say, okay, so they turned off the comments, the White House. Now they're turning off the ability for people to like and dislike. What a bunch of losers they are. So I think they kind of went to YouTube. They said, look, give us some, plausible deniability. Help us out. Pilot a program where you get rid of the dislike button. And that way people aren't going to say, oh, you see, the Biden White House, the Biden press team is turning off the like-dislike feature. No, now they're going to be able to say, well, YouTube took away the dislike button, so, we didn't have anything to do with this. So it gives them that plausible deniability, and it won't have people make fun of them because their videos are just absolutely terrible. But I think they're doing the Biden White House a solid. Once again, they're propping up Joe Biden, and they're just saying, you know what? Let's get rid of the dislike button because his channel is just getting completely crushed. So that's why I think they're doing it. All this does is it just moves YouTube closer to becoming a Netflix kind of clone. I can see YouTube in the next 5 years becoming a neoliberal woke Netflix, like 1,000 or 2,000 independent content creators like the Young Turks, who are completely woke and completely into identity politics and critical race theory and all that stuff. And that's going to be YouTube. 1, 2, 3,000 content creators like that, pushing the neoliberal agenda, and that'll be it. It'll be like a Netflix type of thing. Some advertising, some subscription, and that'll be all. And that's all this is doing. So you won't even need to have a like-dislike because you'll be catering to a specific target audience, and you won't even care to hear from other types of voices. And I think that's where YouTube is taking this, and where Google is taking this. It's a terrible move, but they're piloting it right now. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes, if they just take this pilot program and implement it throughout the channel. And once they do that, I wouldn't be surprised if they start to flirt with taking away comments, or maybe punishing channels for some of the comments that are made. I could see them doing that as well, saying, okay, if you don't moderate your commenters, we're going to give you comment strikes. They may call it comment strikes or something. And 5 comment strikes and you're demonetized or something like that. So they're going to probably make content creators and channels have to monitor the content, or else they're going to receive strikes from the Google algorithm. They'll probably do something like that. Once again, you want to silence conservative voices. You want to take away the fun that conservatives and libertarians have in using the site, because one of the fun things about it was to hit that dislike button. You know, Young Turks, you guys suck. Here's a dislike. Now they're going to remove that away. Or Joe Biden, you suck. Here's a dislike. That's going to be gone. And then eventually they'll probably start clamping down on people's ability to comment as well. And so they're getting rid of a lot of the fun of using the site. They're helping out the mainstream media, the liberal, neoliberal mainstream media, and they're helping out Sleepy Joe all around. This is a terrible idea, but they have to do everything they can to prop this White House up and to prop up their ideology. Their ideology is their religion. This ideology is their religion. And they will stop at nothing to keep this ideology alive and going, alive and kicking. For us, well, you know, we're going to, over time, we'll find new places to go and new places to migrate to. But until then, it's going to be choppy waters, guys. Right? That's the video. Go to the Duran shop, guys. Pick up some merch. Pick up a hoodie. Link down below. Take care.